Call the meeting to order, please. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Moment of silence, please. Good evening and welcome, everybody. We're going to start with the secretary minutes of the last meeting, which is Roger. You want to make a motion to accept them as read?
I do.
Seconded?
Second.
All in favor? All opposed? Carried. Treasurer's report. Any questions, concerns? Somebody make a motion to accept the treasurer's report as read?
I did.
Seconded?
I'll second.
Eddie Coakley, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Carried. Reading of the bills. We have 3 commissioners that signed off on the bills. Would somebody like to make a motion to pay vouchers 1 through 29 for a total amount of $100,006, $141.36. The reason why it's evidently large is we had to make a payment to Chase Bank, Northwest Station number 3 at $40,706.25. Somebody like to make a motion to pay the bills?
So moved.
So moved. Chief Perkins, seconded
Second.
by Rainey Reinhardt. Can you do a roll call, please?
Ed,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Randy,
Yes.
Tom.
Yes.
Okay, motion's carried. Thank you. Communications, we have a bunch this month. We have a cornhole tournament sent to us by Jordan Fire Department. I'm gonna actually pass this on, get it to the company. I'm not sure if they got a copy. That would be October 22nd. We received, some financial information through RBC. I'll have to pass that on. I'm not quite sure who that goes to. Have you seen that yet? We received some information from Central Region Fire District Association on their meeting. That'll be posted. McNeil is having a meeting in Cortland. That'll be posted. Got some information here from Penn Power, our generator stuff. I'll have Jeff take a look at that. But basically, it's the renewal.
It's a contract.
Yeah. Can you look and see if that needs to be acted upon? We also, this is part of that. Thank you. I have a training request, which I believe this was already acted on, actually. This is from Chief D that was signed off for 2 guys going to the extrication school this weekend. I believe we acted on that already, approved that.
Yeah.
Okay, I have another one in this pile for EMT, which I believe we acted on that one as well. I'm thinking this didn't belong to this, somehow got fixed up here. So that's all the communication for the month, and I believe we already acted on that as well, Amy.
Yeah, it's just got to be signed by Jeff.
Okay.
Jeff has to sign.
All right, under administration, I have that we need to act on. We completed our preliminary budget for 2023. How much am I supposed to explain on
You
this?
just make a motion to approve it.
Okay, it's completed after a bunch of hours putting everything together. Would one of us like to make a motion to accept the preliminary budget for 2023?
I'll make a motion. Second.
Seconded by Tom Perkins, all in favor? Oh, you gotta do a roll call.
Ed,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Randy,
Yes.
Tom.
Yes.
Okay, this will be turned in and turned over to both the towns for implementation 2023. Under truck maintenance, I got a couple things going on Thursday morning. I gotta have engine 21 chief and RP3 weighed. They'll be weighed over at station 2. I gotta get some axle weights before it goes to where it's gonna go, just for some maintenance issues, but it doesn't take anything out of service.
Wasn't 21 going to go
Yes.
north on
Yep.
Thursday also?
Yep, but they're just gonna weigh it first. I have the troopers, the DOT people just weighing it. I needed it because there's some concern about engine 21 leaving or leaning one way. So the only way to rule out everything is to get each individual, it's called corner weights. So that'll be taken care of. It doesn't, I have Natoli, or not Natoli, but Catalino just managing that. It'll be done about 10 o'clock Thursday.
He's gonna take care of about 21 then?
Yes, sir. Yep, doesn't, yep. So, other than that, there's not much more to report on truck maintenance.
We had all the Knox boxes put in,
Yes, we did. They're all done. That project is completed and wrapped up.
not yet. We're waiting for the keys to arrive. They've been ordered 4 keys for the 4
Okay,
Knox boxes.
I guess I owe you an apology. I assumed it was operable. I didn't realize there had to be keys.
Well, they have to have keys inside,
Okay.
but at the same time, we could have taken care of it right now if we had to. However, talking with Ravis, who just came back from vacation,
Okay,
4 keys will be here shortly.
perfect. Thank you very much. Hopefully that'll make, life a little bit easier for people on the midnight calls, so appreciate that. All right, building and grounds, we gotta talk about the paving bids, guys. Jeff, I guess I need you to explain. Let me jump in before you start. If we decide, because the bids come in higher, if we decide to do this year, the money's gonna come out of this year's money, which would be less that we had planned on putting in the building fund. So that's where the money is coming from. That was one of the things need to be clear on. So Jeff, now do your thing.
We got Eastern Paving, this is total complete, binder, top coat, restoration work, fabric, run, everything that we asked for. I was off on my measurements a little bit, they're pretty close. They're probably counting flares and stuff, which I didn't count in. They're at $76,500.
Jeff, just to confirmation, that's coming from Village Boulevard,
Both.
South and O'Brien Road.
Both
Okay,
access
that's
roads.
both, okay.
Yes. Yep. One's wider, one's like 16 feet wide and one's 20 feet wide. Dependable. He's only, do all this ripping out stonework, but he only did the binder, he didn't put in for top, and he's at $63,888. So I don't know,
Is he doing that next year?
no, the whole this year.
That's,
But he would, yeah, he would say he would do it next year,
yeah, right.
which I told him that not a guarantee that he would get it next year if it had to get bid. And he understood that.
So the 76.5 is one time done, we're done forever.
Forever.
And dependable is the one layer,
Yeah.
not including the top layer.
Yeah, and the restoration part of it, whatever he's got.
What does that mean, Jeff?
Like doing matching topsoil,
Oh.
if it's high, so the grass is neat, but
Just to rule this out, what if we said, okay, Chief, we know the responders come in from Village Boulevard South. That is used every single time, every single call, the responders go in. How much usage do we get that goes from the O'Brien Road? What if we suggest split the job, do 100% this year, 100% next year? How bad does that screw things up?
You gotta restrict, if you don't have to restrict, people will come in from both ends. Right now, because of the way the roads are, many of them will come in from one side or the other.
see, not with any lot of lakeside responders from Sun Clonosa area.
Right.
So you're getting more probably,
From Village Boulevard?
yeah, you probably coming back from a call, they might drive through there, which they're not supposed to.
Well, we know if we hold off, the price is gonna go up.
They can do it this year?
Yeah, November 15th is usually the cutoff, but they'll stay, depending on the weather, they'll stay open. I know Alice is November 15th, but that's not gospel.
Have you talked with them? Are they willing to?
I have not talked with them, no, I have not.
If we have to split it, I would, driven up there a couple times, I think the area from Village Boulevard South to the firehouse is the worst.
Well, the
The
other
other
one
side
is,
isn't that bad,
that's
it's
the
bad,
one,
but not that
that
bad.
was when Van Buren would have extra asphalt, they would put it in there to do it, but it's not, nothing fancy, they just did it to.
So
to get rid of that.
hypothetically, if we split it, what are we gaining?
Well, you're not, the bid's not gonna be right.
Right.
Right, and that delays it, and that increases the cost because it's not gonna be right, because they're in the next year,
You're
to my
changing
point.
it if you only did half of that.
And also keep in mind though, if you do everything now, you're gonna have to plow that part coming from the,
Of course. Yeah.
through into the back of the fire.
Did they not plow it before?
They do
No,
plow.
it's plowed, Jack plowed, or
They
well,
would,
the
they
company.
would adapt, they would make it so you can, if they leave a lip, they would make it, they just ramp it, and they would just cut it out, they just grind it out, or whatever they do.
Can we afford this? Because it was about 20,000 more than we planned, right, Jeff?
Yeah,
I'm sure we can.
this is with Becky, Becky's the one that asked me to get the bids for it.
I think by putting the project
Unless you want
off
me to
that we're
ask-
gonna do in 6
Unless you-
months, it's gonna cost us more.
I don't know if legal, I can ask this guy what he would do if I can ask him. If he did the
But
whole
that's
thing.
more
Or you're
time.
delaying it for another
Yeah.
month.
Well, we could do it at the workshop, right?
I don't believe that there's a benefit to putting it off.
He did tell me verbally he'd be in the 90,000, but that's verbal, I'm not gonna say that.
Who's he in for what?
Dependable, he told me he would be in the 90 range if he did everything. But that's
Yeah,
a
he's
verbal.
He's like 13,000.
Just for the single leg?
Right, so I got it, yeah, I would say that he's
So-
gonna be way over that.
So ruling out, we've done our due diligence, you've requested proposals, right, from multiple vendors.
And we sent out what, beginning what, 7?
Yeah.
We have that document.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, everything that he sent out.
So we've done our due diligence for taxpayers, we've done our due diligence for the department and the district. I believe if there's no real gain to split it, and I believe that if there's no real gain to put it off, it's only gonna cost us more money. I kind of think it's kind of a
Well, we
no-brainer.
did it, what, 2 years ago, and it was what, and now it's gone up 2 years later, so it's gonna cost you more no matter how you look at it.
Well, there's everything on the table, we've done our legal due diligence, we've done everything we can. I'm suggesting the Eastern program, or the Eastern company at 76.5, one time done and over with. Would anybody be interested in making a motion to approve the program?
That's both entrances, right?
Yes.
I'll make a motion.
Not to exceed 76.5?
Correct.
And a second by anybody?
Second.
Megan?
Ed,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Randy,
Yes.
Tom.
I'm reluctant, yes.
Fair enough. Okay.
I got more stuff.
Oh. All right, go ahead, Jeff.
Station 3 floors are just about done. He's coming in tomorrow to check out the bathrooms he's not liking how the bathrooms are drying. He's gonna give it overnight to look at it tomorrow. Station signage, I got 2 companies, I got a bunch of stuff. Once, I gotta get it all together and emailed it to all the commissioners. I got 2 companies working on it. I called 3 or 4, but 2 was the only ones that really had thrown any interest in it. Station 2 boiler, working on that. Freddie had a rep look at that. this would be the third boiler for that station. They're thinking that the way the hot water heater is venting, the two pipes are over each other. It might be, the rep thought that was probably the cause of why the boiler's burning out within 7 years. The moisture from the other boilers catching from the hot water tank. So they don't make that boiler anymore.
Of course not.
So he's working on that. The generator, this thing was already taken care of. It was already been sent.
Okay, thank you.
Because they've already done their PMs, or whatever they do. The first thing is like PMs, I think. The 4 stations were done. I think they started last week. Station 4, the tank has been removed, finally.
They made a lot of racket.
And
Did you get it
I
counted in
haven't got
gallons?
I have not got a final thing on it yet. He has not, I haven't even talked to the guy. But the tank is gone, fuel's gone, everything's gone. I have not got a final fill on it yet. That's gonna help me get the other tank, which has already been approved, to get that set up so they can go in and do what they gotta do and get that up and running. Oh, I would like to thank the board for purchasing the lift to make my job a lot safer and easier.
We call it one less comp case,
I
brother.
think Hopper would, I think Hopper would agree.
Did you get it?
Yeah, it's up.
Are you checked off on it yet?
Yes.
That was the second question.
That was it,
I
yeah.
checked off.
Yeah.
Yes, we do have it.
Good deal. Is that it, Jeffrey?
That's it.
All right, thanks for everything you do. All right, moving on. Under purchasing agent stores, Wayne and myself, there was, believe it or not, no RTPs submitted on his behalf since the work session and this week, so nothing for there. Safety and, security computers, nothing. Safety, Bill and Tom?
No injuries, illnesses, COVID cases, or near misses reported in the last time we met. We're holding the line very well, doing better than most. The other thing I have is fit test machines back from its calibration service. No issues were found. It's back now in our possession, so we can continue to do fit testing of our firefighters. That's all I have at this time. Anybody have any questions for me? Okay, if not, complete.
Chief D, you're up.
Okay, as can see in the minutes, the station, as far as our calls, once again, we're still at the 60 percentile, so to speak, averaging about 60 plus calls. And the responses are just as good and have been. And I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit to say that when someone looks at these minutes and reads that we lost 6 or 7 personnel, it's only because they've moved out of our district or work has required them to do something else and they can't commit to it, so they feel it's best that they go. And another individual who left actually joined Phoenix while he was still a member of us, so he can't belong to 2 at the same time. So essentially, I don't want someone looking down saying, hey, how come you guys lost 7 guys in 1 month? Well, it wasn't really 1 month because we didn't have a meeting in August. We didn't have, so not having a meeting in August, it carried over that was coming from July to September. So we're losing people, but the people are leaving because they have to, because they're moving or for work. So just so people realize that. Other than that, I mean, we are doing, yesterday we had a serious accident that we requested assistance for. However, our personnel got in there, did their job effectively based on the training that Tony has given us, as well as the other training that they received. And 3 lives that were in serious jeopardy from the mechanism of injury, all 3 could have suffered much worse, and they were suffering before we got there. And we had them out, I believe, in less than 18 minutes, which if you go by national on heavy extrication, you're looking at 30 plus minutes. So essentially, our people did a good job, all that were there, as well as we were outnumbered by the cops, quite frankly. But they stayed their ground, stepped away, and we left them to the investigation. So We have our open house coming up on the 22nd. For the record, I will not be here. I will be out of state for a week. I leave on Saturday and I don't come back until the following Saturday. And I would have rather wanted to be here and tried to convince my wife that she can go on her own and just leave me behind. She wouldn't go first.
Not a good move, man.
So, anyway, but hopefully, people will have the opportunity to come in, and, I know that Commissioner Perkins here has been helping to work out on getting things done there, and they will have something set up that will be open for the general public if they wish to look at applications, if they wish to see the station or whatever else, it's right there, so. I hope we have a good outcome on our side, I believe we will.
And we know that you would be there if you were here. We know that, for the record.
We did do I did the morning time, I don't know, did you go to evening,
No, I didn't go.
11, 9/11?
Roxy did, she said attendance was about the same, morning and night, so.
Okay, so we did honor our fallen comrades, as well as the additional 3,000 people that died. I mean, most people think we're just doing it for the firefighters and the police officers and the EMS, but we do it for everybody. And we did our silence in the morning and essentially moved on. So we still do the representation as it's done worldwide. After a while, sometimes people will say, well, you know, after a while, you just gotta move on. If we did everything that we do, Pearl Harbor or other things that go on, we'd be continuously at half-mast on all our flag staffs, and our personnel would be getting tired of putting their level A's on and whatever else, so. But we did honor everybody, it wasn't just for the fire service, even though our memorial has the fire personnel that died, EMS personnel, and the police personnel that have died. And that's open to the general public anytime they want to come over. We did have some people show up, but not a large crowd. And once again, you're probably going to show up when you get on the 5-year intervals or the 10-year intervals, when people really start to, as we did last year with the 20-year interval. And that's all I got.
Okay, thanks, Chief, appreciate that. We're under nominations and resignations of the members from Ballinsville, Tony Orzinski. How do you
Nisa
say?
Davis, just say Nisa Davis.
Nisa Davis, thank you. Brian Wood, Vinnie Butters, and Devin Lawson, all accepted, or the resignations were turned in. Lysander had none. New members for Beeville, none. New members for Lysander, none. Under change of status, Matt Cavelli was moved to life member inactive, none in Lysander. Moving along, old business. Under old business, I have to open up the trailer bids. It appears that we only have one. So the stuff and everybody that spoke that they wanted to shop, we'll just leave it at that. What we'll do is we'll review it and decide whether or not we're going to accept it or not, and let that person know and whatnot. Okay. What's the process? I don't know on this.
You gotta read it.
I read it?
Yeah.
Exactly how it's
Yes,
written?
that's-
Okay. It was submitted in labeled trailer bid, which was proper. Bid for the trailer, $1,600, Jeff Corfield with his phone number. It's done properly, that would be an official bid. Realistically, I'm thinking, I would say,
Just make a motion
Make a
to
motion.
accept it.
I would be willing to make a motion to accept the offer to Jeff Corfield for $1,600.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Carried, trailer sold. We have the paperwork together, Joanne, for, Wayne's got it already?
Yeah,
Okay.
Wayne asked for it a while back.
Okay, well, he's on vacation. What we'll do is when he gets back from vacation, we'll get it taken care of. We'll let Jeff know tonight. All right, I'm missing something.
Your resolution, right?
Did I pass over it?
No, it should be next.
New business.
No, okay, that's what it was, okay. I have a resolution that we read last week. I'm gonna reread it, and we're gonna act on it tonight, okay? I'm gonna read it as follows. Resolution to change the policies, resolution number .22-23. Whereas pursuit of section 176 of town law, the Northwest Fire District, towns of Lysander, Van Buren, County of Onondaga, State of New York, does hereby declare the Board of Fire Commissioners are proposing the following changes to our policies. 1. Policy number 5, job description for chief officers. Remove the 5-year term limit on the deputy and assistant chiefs. Number 2, policy number 6, chief qualifications, remove PSCIM, class is no longer available. Number 3, chief election policy, remove the zones from the policy.
Ed,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Randy,
Yes.
Tom.
Yes.
Okay, that's carried. That'll be active for the 2023 elections. Any other old business? Okay, moving on to new business. Any new business for this meeting?
Yes.
Chief, go ahead.
You've got a notice for commissioner training or commissioner classes. One of them's gonna be in Belgium, Cold Springs. What's the date of that? You read in your correspondence.
Boy.
Central New York.
Oh,
Fire
it's on.
Districts
Yeah,
Association.
yeah, okay.
Let's see it. That's- oh, there it
I
is.
think it's that one right there, yes. Okay, under Central Regions Fire District Association, the next associating meeting will be Monday, August 22nd at McNeil and Company on Cortlandt. All right, also, new commissioners must take New York State required training within 280 days of taking office. Anyone who's not completed their training, there is online option.
What's the date?
Tom out.
What was the date on that?
There should have been another one. You read it.
I don't see it. I don't remember. Okay, directions to McNeil. No,
That's just directions.
there it is.
Well, anyway,
We'll just get the date, Tom, and get it.
I wanna go. And I think the secretary and treasurer should go if they so want to.
When is it, do you know?
It's, I believe, in October.
I have the email.
All right, stand by. While they're looking it up, because we need to act on it to make sure we do it, so we got the time right. Any other new business?
It is the Central Region Fire Districts Association Training Seminar, October 15th, 2022 at Maynard Fire District.
And the one at Belgium.
Yeah, and that was too, it's November 19th, 2022 at Belgium Cold Springs.
Oh, it's November, okay.
There is a,
Is it a cost to it?
Yeah.
There isn't, or there is?
$20
It's
for that,
minimal.
I believe.
Okay. Well,
yeah, and there's a regional training at Watertown is October 22nd. Final
we-
commissioner training.
do we want to put that on the next work session, or you want to just implement it now?
I don't care. Do whatever you want.
But it's usually $20 a person.
Yeah, $20 of that, I know that.
Was it at night?
Well, I'll do this. I'll make a motion to send up to 5 people to the Belgium
Okay.
Cold Springs commissioners training on on November 19th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Carried. There you go. Any other new business? Okay, moving along, station usage. Believe it or not, the parade of lights is right around the corner. Chief Belzak's requesting permission from the board to use Station 3 for the parade of lights as they've done before. There will be food, music, access for those visiting to use the restrooms and get warm, weather dependent, obviously. It's a notification. I don't have the exact
The
date,
date
but
is November 26th.
November 26th, Chief.
Yes, it is.
There it is. And there's no other information about station usage yet, so, comments from the public. Anybody's got anything from the public?
Actually, I need to back up. It could be towards the public, so to speak. It has to do with a recent boot drive. We spent a couple hours doing a boot drive and managed to earn $7,100 plus, which we appreciate coming in from the general public that is driven from, or we're driving through Ballins all the time. And that money is gonna be put to good use, as when people ask what was it for, it was to improve the memorial site, as well as in talking to the president, I asked for additional money to improve our training area in the pole barn. So I would like to thank the general public for their contributions to that. And other than that, as a comment from the public, as a public person, remove myself as a chief officer, what you read a short while ago, are those the only changes that are going to be made?
For now, yes. There's nothing that is in place for your election in this coming up.
Okay, so just those three
That's
changes?
it. I will say, we're all gonna be busy after the first of the year. Because we got some work to do on revamping a lot of stuff. That I'll tell you.
As long as it's done together?
That's the key, that's why I said it on TV.
Okay. Can I also ask, how many people, how many positions for commissioner are going to be open at the end of the year?
Well, legally, Randy has to rerun, and Becky,
So, I mean,
yeah, he would have to run in,
Something.
right, so
Yeah,
you're
there'd be-
appointed now, so you
Yes.
are gonna be running for the next, okay?
so technically there'll be two positions that need to be technically filled.
Okay. Huh. People have asked, so,
Hey, open door. All right, anything else, public? Anybody? Fantastic. Is there any reason to have an executive session this evening?
That's what I don't.
All right, make a motion for adjournment at 7:33.
So,
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Carried. Next monthly workshop meetings Tuesday the 27th September, monthly meetings October 11th. Thanks, everybody.